So if you think that crypto is your overnight ticket to wealth, I've got some bad news for you. These are 10 brutal truths I learned the hard way after investing in cryptocurrency. And I honestly wish people told me this a lot earlier, even before I bought Bitcoin back in 2016. So I've been around for a while. 2016 is when I first invested in Bitcoin. I'm full time in crypto, have been since 2018. And I think I've done all right. Bitcoin to me is freedom, but I think there's a lot of things that I wish I knew before I got into this entire industry. And this is what this video is all about. It's a list of the 10. There's going to be some timestamps. Please do like the video. Please do comment as well and let me know what you think. More comments, the better. More likes, the better. And more importantly, I want you to take note of the basics. This is an experience-led video, and I'm hoping it helps you. So it's an obvious one, but we're going to go with it. And I think it's the hidden sauce, the recipe for success. Timing the market is miles better than trying to time the market. I've wasted so much time trying to find the absolute bottom and trying to sell the absolute tops. Long-term conviction would have made me way much more money versus messing about with my bags, messing about with Bitcoin, doing things with altcoins, not selling at the right times. Take what you can from this market because it's brutal and people try and time it perfectly. There's no such thing. Now, the second one, which upsets a lot of people, but I'm going to say it and you're going to find out why. Crypto is more tribalistic than football, than rugby, than F1, than your favorite boy band, girl band, whatever it may be, right? It gets very brutal pretty quickly. It's mad. Once you pick a coin, it's like joining a cult. It really is. It can cloud your judgment and you can stay for a lot longer than you mean to. You need to be objective. You need to be realistic. You don't want to become a bag holder. And I think for me, I'm in a unique position as a content creator. I may like a coin. I talk about a coin because I'm an investor. It's kind of how it is. And I've had it before with coins where I've been holding for a while. I've made money and I still hold some. And then when I sell, people get very upset and they unsubscribe from my channel or they just throw shit at me. You know, your most loyal followers do not throw shit at you, but ultimately the ones that are new or have came and seen your content because you like a coin, once you sell it, they don't like you anymore. Now, the third one's going to probably, again, ruffle some feathers. Teams will lie to you. I've had it on first-hand experience by two. I'm not going to mention those names, but founders will say anything on X. They'll say it on AMAs. They'll say it on Discord just to pump the price. Do your own research. It's not just the meme boys and girls. You need to look at what they're doing. There's so many real-life accounts of teams buying fake PR, publicizing and hacking things to get things on websites just to make things move. It's all nonsense. It's all bollocks. Remember, if you've been around for a while, you might remember Litecoin partnered with Walmart. Yeah, that didn't work out well. That wasn't so much a team, but that was the community trying to make you believe that something was happening. It was good. Pump the price, dump the price. Mental. Happens all the time. Now, number 4, contentious one. I should have had more conviction in Bitcoin in the earlier days than I do now. I was chasing the 100x altcoins while ignoring the asset that delivers over time. A massive mistake, I know. But don't get me wrong, yes, I've had success with altcoins. I have basically built my entire wealth fund from Bitcoin and growing Bitcoin via altcoins. I've lost a lot. I've made a lot. You're always going to lose money along the way, regardless, right? But realistically, if I just stuck with the conviction of Bitcoin to start off with, I might have had more money. Potentially. Who knows? Don't know. I'm not quite worked out and I don't really want to work out because I might not like the answer. But for me, I think the conviction of having some Bitcoin is probably the easiest way to do it. And then using less altcoins to grow more Bitcoin over time alongside a solid dollar cost average strategy, so to speak, right? But people don't like to hear that. I know that. And I know, very, very cyclical. You might have a 3-month period of altcoins going crazy. You might make some money. But what about if you go on to number 1 and trying to time the tops? Yeah, might lose out. Or you might just become a bag holder and you become tribalistic and very, very emotionally driven towards an altcoin. That's where you get the problems with the conviction side with an altcoin. Number 5, and an obvious one, and if you've been in my Patreon before, there's a link below. I used to share my emails quite a lot. Sorry, I did. about what coins are coming up. Oh, hype. Ooh. But a lot of influencers will create content pushing coins. They are basically being paid to do it. They talk about it, they put it in their little lists, and I learned the hard way you need to trust experience over hype. Now, I talk about this because I am in a privileged position where I get like an email every single day. I could make 5 figures easily on sponsorship deals very, very, very easily, and I don't. I don't want to do that. And it's the same with content of coins. I literally would, I've had people DM me going, I've tried to send you some tokens. Where is your address? What can I do? I've had it on Polkadot. Polkadot, I've got a public, what do you call it? Wallet just sitting there with my verification on it. People have sent me shit coins on Polkadot. It's like, what? Why are you doing that? Oh, I just wanted you to see that. Don't do it. And it happens a lot. It's really, really, really odd. Number 6 is kind of, I think, very, very key but overlooked. Market sentiment matters more than you think. It really does in crypto. That you got the charts, you got the fundamentals, you got all the technical stuff. But when the market feels bearish, even the good coins bleed. Look at Ethereum, right? Ethereum is the biggest obvious one here. I know it sounds obvious to me to say that. But Ethereum, why is it down so much over the course? Like, why has Bitcoin gone from $15,000 to like $110,000 and Ethereum has done way worse? That seems to be the mantra of altcoins right now. And when we look at the market now, Bitcoin's corrected quite a bit. The S&P has corrected quite a bit. Bits of bobs have it's market sentiment. It's the fear in the market. Doesn't mean anything if you've got a nice website and a shiny product. Ooh, it'll still bleed. That's the thing. Number 7, and probably one of the most controversial ones, as you know, on the thumbnail, it says cryptocurrencies are scams. And I think 99% of them, not an exaggeration here, is vaporware with fancy marketing, no product. And I know that from firsthand. I've seen some really damning stuff in this space, especially with altcoins. And the money's just been sucked out. It all goes towards the teams. They're the ones getting rich, the VCs. Some are key opinion leaders as well. Maybe not myself here because I've tried that for a couple of times and I lost so much money, by the way. It's ridiculous. But that's the reality of it. People are just shitting on others just to get rich. And it goes back to that first point and the second point and the third point about it all. How tribalistic it becomes, how the teams are trying to make money and why timing the market is absolutely bollocks in a way. Because people are looking at that and they're trying to get rich very, very quickly by shitting on you. And that's where we get problems. And yeah, altcoins seem to be that. So number 8 is an obvious one in a way. You won't get rich by being lucky. I know people are like, oh, but you're lucky. Yeah, people get it wrong. Time is the luck factor here, right? People who made, say, $1 million of Dogecoin, they've been in Dogecoin for a while. They had their max conviction to buy that before it rose. It's not a perfect strategy, but if you've got conviction, it works. But the people that lose are the people that buy into things expecting to get rich quickly by buying things that are not going to pump because it's not going to pump realistically, right? You've got to have that max conviction. And I've had it before. Oh my God, you're so lucky that you invested in 2016. But what were the decisions that I made to invest in 2016? There were certain decisions there when I was buying at $700, $800 Bitcoin. And then when I rotated some of my money into altcoins in that January 2017, when it was crazy. Am I lucky? It's like now people go, oh, but you're lucky for buying the dips at like $84,000 on Bitcoin. Really? But you will be if it's $840,000 in like 10 years' time, potentially. I hope that point makes sense. Number 9, often overlooked, is the knowledge that is required is absolutely insane. Cryptocurrency isn't necessarily passive. From tokenomics to macro trends to wallets to everything involved, the learning curve is absolutely brutal. And it is, and it evolves all the time, and it's really, really hard to keep on top of. And it puts people off, and people want to do the shortcut way and the simple way, and they lose. And you've got to put money aside for education. I'm not even joking. This is why I created a Learning Crypto education website. There's a link below to that if you're interested. It's a free trial if you want to get in the membership. But at the end of the day, what's crazy about it is people turn their nose up it and they get crappy, knowledgeable shit, really, and out-of-date content for free when it's not really working out because ultimately it's out of date and it's not very good. So be careful with that. And the final one, and this has happened to me, as you know, it becomes a full-time job. It's ridiculous. If you're serious about investing in crypto, you need to spend a lot of time learning. Like, as I said, this learning curve is steep. It's horrible, and many people can relate to it. And if you go back and think about yourself, thinking before crypto or now, the amount of shite you probably know now, which is like baffling, and probably like your friends got, "What are you on about?" So if you're serious, you got to spend those extra hours staying up, and the amount of time that you lose in Discord or looking at your portfolio or whatever. You've got to take it seriously, because if you've got a massive I know most of you have massive altcoin portfolios. You have to keep up to date with it because it evolves that quickly. The evolution of crypto is madness. It's things change very quickly at a drop of a hat. The price changes. There's reasons why the price changes very, very quickly. And I wish I knew that, because the amount of times, and going back to other points here, that you get caught up in the emotions of it, you become tribalistic, you start getting into it, and then you become a bag hog because you missed the entire exit point. Bit of an issue. Video floating around near my head. Please watch it. Might well help you a bit longer term.